It's Monday. Happy Monday. Good morning, my valued viewers. Sales from last week. Right, first sale of the week last week was Xbox 360 Grand Theft Auto 4 game with a manual, no map, but it was in really good condition. Sold for $7.99. I mean, normally they're sort of $5.99 now, but it was in really good condition disc. But it sold with a 7% coupon, which I've got running on the shop, so it was $7.43. Next was an official Nintendo WAP 002 UKV, which is a power supply for a 3DS, 3DSi XL, original DS, not the Nintendo Switch, the DS Lite, or the Switch for that matter. $7.99 plus postage, but then again 7% off, so it came to $11.63. Then there was Olympus Mew. I showed you this last week as well. We're getting to the point where I'm going to be on to new stuff very shortly, don't worry. This was a blue Olympus Mew 700 all-weather camera. It was a bit battered, a bit scratched up. The battery didn't hold a charge. It was a third battery. There wasn't a battery charger. There was no memory card, which is an XD. I'd already taken that out to sell and sold it many months ago, well, a couple of months back, and this was the remnant of what I'd bought when I bought it with the card. So I got $12.49 plus postage on top, minus a discount, $15.82. All the different numbers are very, very different this week because of the 7% discount. Some of them have got 8 or 10% or accepted an offer so that they don't get that discount, but it's still cheaper than I had it listed for. Next was a power supply. Panasonic P&LV 226E. $8.49, discounted $7.90, delivered. It's dry again. It was moderately dry for a bit yesterday. I did get to the car boots, which is nice because it's unusual lately. And I managed to test out my chest harness for my GoPro, which was new. Well, new to me, for a quid or two a couple of weeks back. I can't remember, it was a quid or two. So got my old GoPro out, stuck it on it, and had a wander around the car boots. What I'm also going to do is a separate video of the car boot trip round, which you'll see at the end of the video, and you can just click on that and it'll be part 2. I'm making this video shorter for people who just want the sales, and then there's a video for people who just want the car boot footage, and you'll see the difference. I want to know who wants what. Don't vote with your feet, watch them both, but vote with your fingers. Click on the one you like best. Okay, people get a bit tired after 15-20 minutes. Sometimes they don't watch the pickups. Housekeeping over. Shield yacht design, Latin phrase, wall shield on a wood plinth type of thing. Decoration. It's not really heraldic. It had a picture of a yacht, but it did have a Latin phrase. I should have looked it up and quoted it. I did quote the Latin phrase in the description. Somebody else could know about it. £15 plus £4.20. Promoted listing, no discount. They just didn't accept a discount. It's right there in the listing. Maybe they missed it because it was on the phone. A lot of the time they don't read the description on a phone, you know that. Nintendo Wii Remote plus Motion Plus. Got a really nice feedback off the lady who bought this. I made a mistake, but she left me a really nice feedback. She sent me a message and it said, "You've done something wrong, can you fix it?" What you've done is you've sent me the wrong controller. I sold her a Nintendo Wii controller with a Motion Plus adapter on the bottom and the sleeve and the nunchuck. But I'd read it wrong when I did the wrapping, and I sent her just a normal Wii controller. No Motion Plus, no sleeve, with a nunchuck though. Anyway, she sent me this back, and so what I did was, I said, sorry, apologised, decided to send her the thing for free postage, but I also gave her an option of choosing one of like 9 games for the Wii that I haven't listed yet. I just laid them out, took a photograph and said, look, choose one of them. It cost me £1 each at most, maybe only 50p each. So any profit from that one item, it's not a big deal, but it's really good public relations or rather fixing your problems. It's not a relations when you actually own up to it and fix it. So she put, very happy with the Wii remote I received. There was a bit of a mix-up. At first I had the wrong version, however the seller was more than happy to send out the extra parts promptly and even added a little gift as an apology for the situation. Very good customer service and would buy from again, 10 out of 10. Like 4 lines instead of 1, you know, instead of 5 words. So yeah, it sticks out when people look at your feedback. I like having good feedback, yeah. And it's also pushed that negative over the edge of the other page. I had a negative off somebody. Did I mention it? I had a negative a week ago, and it says, yeah, this is the one that pushed it over. Don't buy off him, so rude. Yeah, right. So the person sent back saying that the Wii U disc that they'd bought didn't work. Now, it was in really, really good condition. Actually, I showed it to camera when I found it in the Wii U in a video a couple of weeks back. Really good condition. I put it straight into a plastic case, and I only took it out of the plastic case for photography, and then put it into a slipcase in a hard-backed envelope. So there was no time it was scratching, you know. After I tested it, there was no chance it would get scratched. None. Anyway, put, don't buy off him, so rude. It sent a message saying, doesn't work, I want a refund. So I'd sent back, and by the way, he did it at 10:30 on a Saturday night. Yeah. So I sent back, just ask for a return. I'll be happy to accept a return and test it when it comes back. Because I knew it was absolutely lovely disc, and it worked fine. And so he gave me a negative. Well, I can't tell, but he gave me it within a few minutes of me asking him to return it. Yeah. So I then apologised for my brusqueness. The next day, or Monday, I can't remember when, I apologised and said, sorry if you were upset by the fact that I just said, just return it. The reason I said that was because you said it doesn't work. You didn't say, oh, I'm so sorry to interrupt your Saturday night, but after testing the game it doesn't work. He just put, doesn't work, I want a refund. So I put, send it back, I'll test it, I'll refund if it doesn't work. Now he could have scratched it all up and I could have then said, look, it's not in the condition it was sent out. Because the pictures were there of it in good condition. Give me a negative, contacted eBay, they can't do anything about it. It's his experience. Lived experience, isn't it? Lived experience. Anyway, I asked him to return it, no return. So what I think personally is he was caught out. He expected me to just say, oh, if it don't work, I'll give you a refund. No, no. I would rather pay the £3 to get the disc back and check it and then give him more money or all his money back and have lost £3 extra. I just wonder how many times he's done that. So anyway, he never sent it back. Never even claimed for a refund or a return. He wanted me to say, just put it in for a refund and I'll give you the money back. Sorry, that's not how it works with me. I know that disc was good. If it wasn't good, it wouldn't have worked in the Wii U that I had, which was rough as anything. You saw that. Anyway, it's pushed off from the first page now, so nobody turns a page on the feedbacks, they just look at the feedbacks. And yeah, having that lady up in the first few is great. The one above it says, super fast delivery, came in excellent shape with additional protection for both the case and the disc. Something I've never experienced before, excellent all around. Back to where I was after that distraction. Anyway, next one was 2 of the Xbox 360s that I listed last week, or the week before that. It wasn't last week, I sold it last week. The week before I listed 8 or 9, and I've still got 3 to go. Loose Xbox 360s with no power supply, controllers or cables. Just the console and the hard drive. They both had hard drives in these. They were both 250 gig hard drives, Xbox 360Es, which is the latest, last model. And they were both bought from the same company, a gaming company on eBay. So I'm assuming he's going to put his own controllers, power supplies, games with them and make them into bundles. Good luck to the guy. I'm sure he does that a lot. And he's bought them off me, nice and cheap, £35, £36, plus postage on top of each one. So one was £40.55, one was £41.48, and he got his discount on both of them. I'm happy with that. They cost me between anywhere from £5 to £15, and they mostly came with a power supply and controllers and games. I think the last E that I bought was £22, and I went and got it off Facebook, and I believe it had something like 30 games with it, and I sold one of the games for £25 immediately. Next was some Daler Rowney Aquafine watercolours, which look just like that. This isn't the one that I sent, this is the one that I've just sold, and it's going out today. So yes, that was £14.49 minus the discount, £13.48. They cost me £3. No, that's a lie. They were going to be £3, but she let me have both of them for £5, so they cost me £2.50 each. It's a good markup on brand new stock, actually. If you could make that sort of stuff markup on normal brand new stock, I'd be just selling brand new stock all the time. But you can't. Normally you would buy something like that to sell for £15 and it would cost you £13 new. And that's not a joke, by the way. That's the sort of margin that some of these shops work on. Okay, Vintage Downfall by Hasbro, a 1999 version. Vintage Downfall. Yeah, even the Hasbro ones are vintage now. It was complete. It actually had 2 sets of plastic discs, so I've kept them separate for the next one. That was £6.89 plus postage, minus, oh no, there was no 7% discount on that one. £6.89 plus postage, £11.09. That's not bad considering, but unfortunately they're just not worth the effort anymore. You know, that sort of thing used to fetch 20 quid, but they don't now. This was nice. Robin 3111V insulation tester. This was an auction, which I started at £9.99 and it sold at £9.99 plus postage on top. Yeah, it wasn't working. So I sold it as untested and not working. Spares and repair. £9.99. It cost me a quid. £14.19 delivered. Sony DVP SR170 is next. Bog standard, really. With a SCART cable, tested with a remote, £15.49 plus postage, and they paid for a quick postage and then they got the discount, so they paid £10 to have a quick 1-day delivery, and I sent it by UPS. No, I didn't. I sent it by DPD, and I'll tell you why in a second. £15.49 plus £10, so that's £25.49 minus the 7%. But there was no promotion on that, so I got £24.41 in total. Yeah, what I was going to tell you was the post office, my local post office, has changed quite a lot lately in that they've started doing other parcels systems as well. They've started doing DPD, so you can drop off larger items at DPD prices, which are, for the larger items, medium and above, they're about 15 pence more than the Royal Mail, but DPD does a much better service in that if there's anything heavy, they put it on a trolley and they take it to your door. If it's light enough to carry, they often text you ahead of time to say what time the van's coming to your house. Yeah, I know, it's pretty good service, and it's insured up to £60 as opposed to £20 for 15 pence more. Anyway, I've been using them. They trust you on the weighing, so it's faster. They just scan it and put it to the side, and that's it. But they've also started doing every. So although there's a parcel shop on the way to the post office, I don't have to stop to go there and wait in the queue. So yeah, at the every shop, the parcel drop shop, there's often a queue of people dropping off every stuff, and they've got the printer which needs to scan the phone and then print a label and then they stick it on. It takes time for him to do that. Once they've got them on the label, by the way, the machine doesn't automatically accept them. He still has to scan it with the scanner and then give him a written receipt. And sometimes you go in and he's cutting 2 keys for a customer or healing a shoe, which you can't really stop in the middle of, and I entirely respect that. You know, it's like dropping parcels off at a supermarket and having to queue with the queue of people who are buying things. Perfectly reasonable. I understand entirely. You go to the post office, the people in the queue are trying to drop post off, and that's great, and the queue's never more than 3 or 4 long, So it'll be a lot faster to drop stuff there, especially when I print my own labels and then just have to scan it. They don't have to weigh it, and I can just drop them all at the end counter and say scan that lot. Bang, 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 scanned away, printed out on the same printer that the post office uses. Same system, lots faster. Great, really happy with that. I'll be using them when I need to use every. I don't mostly need to use every. It's only a 20p saving. It's not worth it. I'd rather have people have to go to the local Royal Mail depot than, you know, go on the website and get something redelivered or wait for it to be redelivered and waiting in on all that sort of stuff, or having it left round the back of somebody's bins and getting all wet. This waffle, by the way, is going to be cut a lot. Next, TP-Link, another long number that you just don't need to know. Pass-through power line Wi-Fi extender. This one had Wi-Fi and a power line, and the idea is plug it into your power line. The Wi-Fi can receive from a place where it's not wired up. You can put your LAN directly into it, and you can put your output directly into your router. So this one went for good money, $26.99, and I originally think they were about £45 new. I can't be certain of that because I hadn't seen the box, and I couldn't be bothered looking it all up. I originally had these at $29.99, reduced it, accepted an offer. No, I didn't accept an offer because they've paid on the 7%. Sent offers out. They got a 7% coupon. It's promoted $29.30 including delivery. I'm very happy with that. All 5 of the ones I bought a couple of weeks ago cost me a tenner. So I was well into profit already with just the first one. And yeah, as the weeks go on, I'll sell the others without any doubt at all. In fact, we'll carry on and we'll see. This was a bit of a fail. I put these Rock Band drumsticks on. I photographed them to put them on auction because I'd had some and they'd sold really cheap. So I put them on auction with the postage on top. Because they were in the video game section, it was £3.50 postage. Yeah, and 99p start. You know what I'm going to say? It's sold at 99p. So really, you need to list things at the price you're willing to sell them at. This went for £4.49 delivered and wrapped in bubble wrap and cardboard and a bag. What a waste of time. However, I'm sure the customer was very happy with them. And I know that because they have good feedback. Next was the Sony Cybershot camera from the week before. I told you all about. The guy with the old hands. I knew I'd sell it for exactly what I thought I would. And I got what I wanted because I priced it so that I could give a discount. I originally started it at $49.99. As soon as somebody sniffed at it, put a watch on, I sent them an offer. £40 dead plus postage, £44.20. Next was Smart Media Card, 128 megabytes. This is one of the ones that I told you last week that I'd bought a camera with 5 cards, and I took 4 of them out and I put the other camera back on sale, and I've sold this one, which is one of them. There was 4 128s. Sold it for more than the camera cost me. $22.99 including postage. Then discounted $21.38. Good with that. Next was a Panasonic DMR EX773 DVD recorder. It also had hard drive recording, hard drive to DVD, and it also had LAN capabilities for Netflix, Amazon, BBC iPlayer, all that. Anyway, it went for £43 plus postage. I sent an offer on this one. It was originally $49.99 plus postage on top, and they accepted £43 plus postage on top, £51. I'm alright with that. It cost me something like £4 plus £7 for a remote, so you know, 4 times my money back. Okay with that. It's all about turnover and moving things through. It went really quick. One day, if I'd stuck it out for a month and a half, I'd have got the full whack, but I made my money. It's all in the bank waiting for me to buy something else or to keep. You know, I'm at a level now. Lots of people like talk about, you know, building up stock and building up more stock, having loads of stuff on eBay, sell-through rate, doesn't matter how much you've got, and having a backlog of stock to list is the same as having money in the bank. But it's nice if you've got stock to list and money in the bank, isn't it? Right, Pentax Optio M40. It used to sit there. You'll have seen it in one of my videos previously. if you've watched one of my videos previously. If you haven't, welcome, new viewer. If you have, then you'll know that that kit has been kicking around in the background of my videos for months, and I just hadn't listed it. The reason being, there was no battery. It wasn't really worth buying a battery for it. For the value of it, it wasn't a valuable camera. It's only 8 megapixels. It didn't have a memory card, so I sold it untested, spares a repair, for £2.95 plus postage. This is one of the ones I put on auction, hoping to just generate some more traffic and use my auctions up. I've had plenty of stuff on auction that hasn't had a single bid. This is the first bid, £2.95. That's what I started at. Not brilliant, but probably cost me £1, probably cost me £2, one or the other. It wouldn't have cost me £3. I wouldn't have paid £3 for a camera without a battery. And I had postage on top of that, so £7.15. Is it worth it? I've sold things for less, you know, and wrapped them. So next was some ink I bought a couple of weeks ago. This one was 50p, and I've sold it for £6 plus postage minus discount, £9.78, which was the total delivered price. Next, TP Link, 2 TP links. They come 2 in a set. You can buy a box with 2 of them in, and that's what people were selling them as. So I was selling them the same, even though they weren't in a box. £20, down from about 26 on an offer. I sent an offer out, they accepted. It was sold or promoted, but there was also postage on top. So £24.20 delivered. 2 rolls. We're into what's going out today. 2 rolls of this, Graham and Brown. It's like super fresco blown vinyl, or rather textured vinyl with the colouring on. Very nice. I originally bought them thinking I would use them for wrapping, but somebody else had said this on Facebook and in Instagram. If you're buying rolls of wallpaper to wrap things in, give them a couple of months with a silly price on. If they don't sell, you can always take them off the shelf, but in the meantime you've got a chance of selling them at a good price. And so that's what I've done with those. And they did sell immediately, within a few days, £15 plus postage on top, and the person didn't pay, so it was a non-seller, a non-buyer. Anyway, after 4 days I've put them back on, and yeah, September, the end of September, they originally were listed and they sold within a few days, and then it was another few days, so they would have been back on within about 8 days. So beginning of October, like maybe 8th or 10th of October, and they've taken until now to sell, 27th, so just under 3 weeks. £19.95 though, plus postage on top, £25.50. Next, Tommy Tippy, 2 teats, £1, £7.20 delivered. Everybody else is selling them free post, so I did, and then discounted to £6.70. That's okay, just get rid of it. It was one of those ones that was additional on top of something else that I had. Next item was this. I'll just step back so I can show you it. It's a dish, just a casserole dish, no lid. Denby, and it says Denby Classic Oven, Microwave and Freezer, Dishwasher Safe, England, and it's a nice cobalt blue. So that went for £17.85 plus postage, £24.80. That went £7.58 Saturday night, and they bit immediately. Originally it was something like £24.99. I sent it out with a good discount. I can't remember how much the discount was, but it was more than the 7%, and so it went to £17.85. Then there's postage on top, so yeah, £24.80. Very happy with that. Yeah, I did put my my £6 postage, my £5.99 postage up to £6.95, seeing as postages have changed. They've only changed for the higher levels. The original 1 to 2 kilos second class hasn't changed. The first class has changed by 20p. Second class hasn't changed at all, which is great. I don't know why they didn't change it, but they didn't, and I'll send everything second class, thank you. Right, next was the last sale of the week. An official Nintendo Wii U gamepad charger cradle. There's no gamepad, there's no charger, it's the cradle that the gamepad sits on so that you can plug the charger into that, for £10.16 delivered. That's not bad at all, considering it was part of the Wii U bundle I bought the other week, and I've already sold the Wii U disc. Told you about the negative feedback but I'd sold it. The Wii U Mario Kart 8 disc. It is now gone. So I'm into profit with this. I still got the Wii U, I still got the power supply. However, the power supply itself, I'm not going to be selling. It has got a crack in the plastic that goes into the rubber, rather, that goes into the casing. You can see the inside wires. So it wouldn't pass a pass test. Something that I can't repair. Right, that was the total for the week. 24 items. I wished there'd been 30, 32, 35, and there wasn't, even though there was promotions and discounts. And just as many things sold on offers as did on the 7% promotion. So I'm beginning to think it's not really worth having. You're better off with sending an offer to somebody who's watching it. I will do probably another week just to give it the time to have sort of sunk in. I'll probably run a week-long sale at maybe 7 or 8% again and see how it is, whether it attracts any more customers. If you're charging less for your goods and you're getting more than 7% more customers, you're turning over more. If you're selling 7% off and you're not getting any more customers, you're turning over less. Well, that's no good, is it? So yeah, last week, £484.45. And this week, first thing going out from this week's sales, like yesterday and today, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters. This is a action figure from Playmobil action figure. £5.59. I did get most of the pen off, but there's a little bit. I did point it out, took some nice close photos so people could see, and I also cleaned up the rest of him. So there's no other marks at all. £5.59, £9.40 delivered with the discount. It's okay. For the amount of time it took, probably not worth having. You know, I mean, if I spend 25 minutes on a DVD player and wrap it in bubble wrap and do like half an hour's worth of photography and listing, I've spent an hour and I've made 30 quid at the minimum on a DVD, on something like this, the hard drive and DVD player. This is just a hard drive PVR. Something like that, I'm going to make 30 quid minimum for an hour's work. But if you spend half an hour cleaning and then you photograph it, yeah, and you make £5.59 with the discount and £9.40 total delivery. And I don't get the money for the delivery, don't forget. So next was what I just showed you, the PVR, Humax PVR 9300T, 320 gigabytes. Now, after taking photographs and testing it and cleaning it and wrapping it up, I couldn't remember whether it was 320 or 500 gig. And I don't have any photographs of the TV while I was testing it. And sometimes I do that, but I didn't this time. So I sold it as a 320. It might be 500, I don't know. But it doesn't matter either way. I got the same money, £49.95 plus postage, £54.45. Then there's discount on that, because originally it would have been £50 plus £8, £49.95 plus £8, but there's a discount on that, so it's £54.45. I'm alright with that. As I said, £30 an hour running these. Yeah, it'd be nice if I could just do £30 an hour 5 times a day and that's all I did. Be great. But it's not like that, is it? Next, Dela Rowney Aquafine watercolours. These were £2.50 each. I bought 2 for a £5 off a lady at the car boot a couple of weeks ago. £14.49 minus the discount, £13.48. So I've lost 99 pence on that, which I would have made. There was no question I would have sold it at £14.49. They're going up for like up from 20 quid. These new, and it is new. It's all sealed. There's plastic seal on it. So it's hard to say. I had the discount shop wide, and maybe I should do everything other than the new stock. Anyway, it's done now. Maybe my new code will include like you know, different sections for different prices, who knows. Next is this bubble wrap envelope, all the bubble wrap goodness. There you are, BT 4500 telephone additional handset, charging base and charger, £14.99 plus postage, £19.20 minus discount, £18.14 delivered. Not bad. Happy with that. The whole set would have cost me a £5 or less, including the other handset, which is photographed I think already but not listed yet. This is only listed yesterday and sold last night. Yeah. And then the last thing going out this week from this week's sales is a Ted Baker purse. Originally I had this up for about £40, but then I realised when I started listing it and photographing it closely, there were marks in the leather, there were scratches on the back, and there were some, not cuts, but where it's been hinged back and forward, small, not really creases, sort of damage to the leather where it's cracked a bit on the hinge bit of leather. So although it looks nice at first inspection, on close inspection it has issues, and eventually I sold it for 16 on a discount from £24.99 to 16 this morning. I sent that off to somebody who was watching it. It had popped up in my offers to watchers, and I hadn't had any interest in it in a while, so I sent a discount that was ridiculous. I mean, you know, £8.50 discount on a £25 item. Yeah, £16 plus postage, £4.20 on top, £20.20 in total. So that's not too bad. So this week's total up to now for 5 items, £115.67. So what's that? £23 an item. It's not too bad average sale price. If I had 30 items, or what, I only had 24 items last week. It would be nice if I was to get 25 more sales this week, £30, 30 items altogether, or 35 items altogether. It all depends on how fast I can list things that are valuable and what sort of discounts I can give people. For me, at the moment, it's all about giving value to the customer. When the customer sees that they're getting really good value, even on top of the discount that I'm already offering, straight in there. I'm happy to give value as long as I've got enough margin to do that. So, £115 up to now this week. As you know, I got my chest mount sorted out that I bought a couple of weeks ago and put my old GoPro 3 on. So what I've done today is we're splitting into 2 parts, and here is the part 2. You can vote with a thumbs up on which one you prefer. Sales summary, or on the other video, purchase roundup.